All right, I'd like to thank y'all for coming today. I want to talk to you about why you should buy Toyota. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, why Toyota? What's so important about Toyota? Well, my name is Nathan Daniel, and I work at Robinson Toyota in Jackson, Tennessee. I've been selling cars there for about a year now, and I've done a lot better than I thought I would. I am a sales consultant, so I do sell cars. I'm not here to sell your car today, though. I'm here to tell you about why Toyota is different than the competition. Three reasons why you should buy a Toyota is the safety, quality, and they're built locally. Let's start with safety. Okay, so Toyota stepped up their game in 2018 with all their models having TSSP on them. There's two types of basically Toyota safety technology, safety sense technology. There's a Toyota Safety C and P. Toyota Safety Sense P is on most of your mid-size to full-size vehicles. Toyota Safety Sense C is on most of your compact vehicles. Both of these systems have lane departure alert, pedestrian detect or pre-collision system, and automatic high beams. Although the TSSP actually has the added feature of steering assist with your lane departure warning, pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, which actually alerts you if a person walks out in front of you and stops the car if it needs to. And also it adds a feature called dynamic range cruise control. So we're going to start with lane departure alert with steering assist. So lane departure alert with steering assist is basically a function that's incorporating cameras on the car and that read the lines on the road. So if you're driving down the road and your lane departure alert with steering assist is activated, you basically drive down the road, and if it senses that you're veering over the line to the left or the right, it actually gently pulls you back into the lane that you're in, that you're exiting, to keep you from sideswiping people in the left lane or running off the side of the road. So what's cool about the Toyota, one that I like better than some of the other makes and models I've actually experienced myself, is that the Toyota is gentle enough that if you wanted to keep yourself from driving off the road, you can help steer it as well, but it does have an alert that goes along with it. Automatic high beams are exactly what they sound like. So automatic high beams, you basically have your headlights on, you have your lights turned on high beam. It's important that you have your headlights turned on high beam or the function won't work. But you press the button on the dash that says automatic high beam. It actually has an icon come up on the gauge cluster that shows that your automatic high beams are armed. And what that basically does is, as you approach a customer from behind, a person in the car in front of you from behind, or they're approaching you with their headlights, it senses the car and actually dims your lights for you so that you don't blind other people on the road, which is a cool system that they have added to the new 2018 vehicles. Pre-collision system with pedestrian detection works by basically using radar and camera technology and sensing other cars on the road. So basically it's analyzing and gridding the road as you're driving. And so like, say you're driving, it's sensing how fast you're driving, it's calculating all that with the computer. So if a person pulls out in front of you in a car and it senses that they're pulling out in front of you in a car, within a split second, it actually analyzes and calculates how fast you're traveling and how far away that person is in the vehicle or a person that walks out in front of you, and adjust your speed or brakes accordingly. So what's cool about that is in the event of a wreck, it can actually lessen the impact because it senses it before you are. Like sometimes we're distracted and we don't watch all the time. Maybe we're looking up to the side or different things like that, and we don't think about, well, this car is pulling out in front of me, where the camera and the radar is always watching. So that's what's cool about the system, is because it's going to catch things even in the event of a distracted driver situation. But it'll actually brake, and it can actually avoid the collision altogether if it has time to. Your dynamic range cruise control is basically like a regular cruise control. The difference is it has an added feature. So you have a button, you set your cruise control, and you have a different button that you can set the distance between you and the cars in front of you. So as you approach a car that's going slower, like say you set your car at 70 miles per hour, if you set your car at 70 miles per hour and you approach a car that's doing 60 miles per hour, it'll gently slow you down behind them, that preset distance behind them, until you merge to go around them in the other lane or they move out of the way. If either of those two things happen, you'll automatically accelerate back up to the preset desired speed that you had set into the cruise control in the first place without resuming your cruise control function. So on the C models, the pre-collision system will work for cars but not for pedestrians. The lane departure alert will have an audible alert but will have no steering assist function, and the auto high beams work the same. So some of the trucks have hydraulic steering, and for that reason they will not have the steering assist function because they work off electronic steering only. So they won't have that particular function on the trucks that have hydraulic steering. There are tons of other safety features and designs that I could go through and tell you about on all the different vehicles, but I would have to write a book in order to get all of them in there because there's a ton of different things on each individual make and model. And even the make and models, they switch and transition between what has this and what doesn't have that. So in the interest of time, we're going to move on to the next. Oh yeah, there is one more thing. All these systems can be armed and disarmed by the person that owns the vehicle, the driver. You do have the selection to disarm it. These functions are in place to help you drive better or safer in the event of a distracted driver situation. All these can be basically, if you do like any kind of input like brake or accelerate or turn, it's going to cut off the pre-collision system and allow you to take control of the vehicle. So it's basically in place to help you and your family have the safest driving experience possible. So all these, the next thing I'd like to talk about is the quality of the Toyota vehicles. I tell people all the time about the quality of Toyota vehicles, the resale value, just the quality of them in general. I had this lady come in that was wanting to trade her minivan in. She has a Sienna minivan, and she loved it. She didn't want to trade it in, but her engine and transmission had by decades, had far outlived her technology in her vehicle, and she wanted to upgrade. She still had a cassette player in her Sienna minivan. This Sienna minivan had 351,000 miles on it, and I hear people come in there with 500,000 miles on their car or truck or whatever it might be, and they just brag on them and talk about how long they last, and that I hear time and time again how they say, the cool thing about it is it still runs like the day when I bought it. So to hear that time and time again, it has to say something about Toyota and the quality behind the Toyota. So according to KBB.com, I'm just going to go into some statistics here. According to KBB.com or KellyBlueBook.com, for the 2018 top resale value goes to Toyota in top three spots. 2018 Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra, and Toyota 4Runner all top the list. TheDrive.com named the 2018 Toyota RAV4 the most reliable SUV. According to RoadLunge.com, 4 out of the 10 slots of the longest lasting cars and trucks are the Toyotas, with the number 1 slot belonging to the Toyota Sequoia, with the Toyota 4Runner coming in 4th and the Toyota Tacoma and Avalon in 8th and 9th place. According to Clark.com, based on the estimated totals over a 10-year period, as far as like maintenance, Toyota, Scion, and Lexus top the list on the cheapest cars to keep maintenance over a 10-year period. That is basically, that says a whole lot about Toyota in itself, because Scion is not no longer made by Toyota. They kind of X that one out. They either had the choice to get rid of Toyota, which they wouldn't, and Lexus they wouldn't because Toyota makes Lexus. And the funny thing is Toyota makes Lexus and they make Scion. So for all of them to top the list on the least expensive vehicle to maintain over a 10-year period, that's got to say a whole lot about Toyota quality as well. So finally, I just wanted to touch base on Toyota's being built locally. I didn't know if you knew this, but did you know that there are 4 factories within Madison County, Jackson-Madison County, that produce and manufacture and build parts that go on Toyota vehicles? There's Bodine, or Bodine, some people call it, TBDN, Bashuko, and Most Manufacturing. Bodine, or Bodine, which some people call it, it actually manufactures engine blocks for the Toyotas. TBDN manufactures radiators. Most manufactures the springs and different small buttons and knobs and stuff in the vehicles. And the Bashoco actually manufactures the castings and the covers and different things for some of the water pumps and different things, the smaller units underneath the hood like that. That's very important for our area because these factories and facilities provide thousands of jobs for people right here in our area. So when you buy Toyota, you're actually supporting our local community, families, and friends in your own city. As you can see, Toyota has many excellent features that make them great cars. Their safety features, quality products, and locally built parts are only a few of the things that make them special and the smartest choice when purchasing a new or used vehicle for your family. Thanks again for coming and learning about Toyota.